Hi Leo, welcome back. We're going to jump right in and get a message from our spirit guides. See what spirit wants to advise us of today. Doing things a little different. Please comment. Let me know if you like this new flow. So the first one that came out is study. Spirit has its own special way of letting you know that it's time to study again. From time to time, it's important to go back and learn, whether that's learning old things in a new way or learning something totally new. This is an opportunity to expand your mind. So what I'm getting from that is Spirit is really, letting you know that your calling is requiring you to do a little bit more studying on the topic to learn a little bit more. It could also be something that you think that you already have mastered and they're wanting you to, maybe look back at it to see if there's anything or any new ways that you can incorporate into your calling. And then we have listen. You have to be willing to listen if you want to really understand someone. Now is not the time to be offering advice, but to be a compassionate listener. To listen fully and intently means to pay attention, not to just what's being said, but to what lies beneath the words. So make sure that you're listening, spending time listening with compassion instead of just being so eager to tell someone how to do it or tell someone your journey and how you've overcame. Just listen to them. Spirit is just letting you know that, that could come up. And to just listen. Spend some time also studying, building up your knowledge, really getting into understanding, what it is that you're really being called to do. Yeah, right now you're at a standstill. So you're in a standstill position where you need to spend more time learning and more time listening. So we're at a standstill at this point, but adventures are on the horizon and community. Let me pull one of these. Actually, Spirit, let me pull some tarot regarding adventures and community. Give me just a second. These adventures you could be going on could be bringing you to your community, or your community will be found through these adventures. There is a rainbow on here, so to me that is a promise that through this transformation, through your studying and listening and sitting still, that you're still working and moving towards the promise of the Spirit, which is community and adventures. What is this adventures? All right, so we got the 6 of air and 7 of earth. 6 of air, that's, Spirit removing you or taking you from a difficult situation and moving you to calmer waters. So things are starting to look up for you. Outside of this standstill period, things are starting to look up. And then we also have the 7 of earth, which is the 7 of pentacles. So you've really planted the seeds of your heart's desire. You've really put out there to the universe exactly what you're wanting to manifest, and these seeds have been planted, and now that it's turning into spring, they are starting to blossom. And so Spirit is just letting you know that right now you're on a temporary pause in action, and that any worry that you have of this actually coming to fruition or this manifesting is unnecessary at this time. Things are going to start looking up, start moving in the right direction, but you're just at a spiritual pause at this moment where we can do a little bit of learning, we can do a little bit of listening, we can kind of sit still, integrate, and do some things to help us be better once those adventures and our community. What I'm getting for this, actually, with the community, it's coming in as you're going to be taking adventures, and it's going to include your community. Your community will be with you. See, Spirit, what else would you like me to pull? That's really beautiful. So Spirit says your troubles are coming to an end. And it doesn't mean that right now, because nothing's happening that you can actually physically see is happening, is because, you're at a pause where they want you to study a little bit, learn a little bit more, do some more integrating and listening. So just stand still at this time and know that Spirit's got you. Spirit has your back. Your adventures, your adventures with your community are coming. Everything that your heart's desires is coming. Things are starting to look up. The end of the difficult times is near. All right, we got Night Wind. This is facing fear, subconscious release, and healing. So yes, while you're learning, while you're listening, while you're in this standstill, this spiritual pause, you're facing your fears. Subconsciously, you're releasing things that no longer serve you, and you're in a healing process. This is card number 23, which is also, if you break it down, is a 5. 5 is change. So changes are coming. Changes are coming. Let's see. Let's pull one of these and see what Spirit has to say. Yeah, we got the fear card. So just know that this fear that you have, Spirit is helping you release this by facing your fears. You're in the healing process, facing your fears. I'm gonna pull one more. And that you are protected. You are protected. Your guides are with you. Your spirit guides are with you and protecting you, leading and guiding the way. All you have to do is stand out of your way. So get out of your way. Do meditating, praying, energy clearing. Just know that right now you're in a spiritual pause where you just need to do a little bit more soul searching, a little bit more learning and listening. That way we can release this fear, get out of the standstill, and move into our adventures. So right now what I'm going to do is, I think this is only 8 minutes long. These might be really short readings. Let's pull, see if they have any advice out of this. Kind of extend it a little bit, get some more information, Spirit, some more detailed information maybe regarding this adventure. All right, we got deception and envy. I need to clarify this real quick. So give me just a second. Let's clarify. Spirit, please clarify deception. Okay. So there might be somebody or something, some collaborating that you've done where you felt like you're being deceived. or you were envious of their success. And Spirit wants you to know that there's no reason to be envious of another's growth or another's journey, and that your journey is your own. And the way out of deception and feeling deceived is to, let it go and give it to Spirit. Allow Spirit to move. Do some meditating, get out of your mind. Your mind will play some really nasty tricks on you if you allow it to overtake. And Spirit wants to remind you not to allow, those kind of thoughts or those things to be up in your head. It also is a 7, which could mean stand still as well, that it's not time to move. So at this time, just sit still, release the fears, allow Spirit to help you with your subconscious release and of your facing of the fears and healing. We got the fertility card, which is also the Empress card. So we may need to start focusing a little bit more on self-love, spend some more time loving on yourself, really dig deep, and find out why you can't give to yourself the way you give to others. That could also, be bringing in how you're envious of another being able to love others through their transgressions, and, maybe seeing yourself as someone that can't. Sorry if you heard that, it's my dogs. So it just embody the Empress energy of, loving yourself, taking care of yourself, your top priority, self-love, self-worth, knowing your worth, knowing that you are worthy of the love that you give yourself and the love that others will give to you as well. And then we got the move on card. And I'm reading this as, when that time comes, when the healing is done, when you've done a little bit more learning and listening and meditating and, really tapping into the growth process of a spiritual journey, then you'll be able to move on. But until then, Spirit wants to remind you to stand still, face your fears, do the healing, do this growth that you're going through, because this will bring you to the adventures and to the communal adventures that you were looking for. But until all of this is faced, until you can actually allow it to release, we're at a standstill. So just know, though, that the worst days are over, and we're being reminded of that with the 6th of air and the 7th of earth. The worst of the worst is over. Things are going to start looking up. So you are actually transmuting this energy. You're actually releasing this energy, which is beautiful. But now we need to integrate. We need to self-reflect. We need to spend some time loving on ourselves, because growth and healing can be tiresome. So now we need to just love on ourselves. If that means that, this one thing you were going to do and you made an obligation, but you just aren't feeling it, then you say, no, I can't, be authentic to yourself, be true to yourself. Because all the seeds, all the things that you've planted, they are going to come to fruition. They are planted well. You're just in a spiritual pause at this moment. Okay, now what I'm going to do is pull one final quick note from Spirit before we end the message. Yeah, I got fear, so definitely keep working on releasing that fear. Okay, we got 2. So these are the doors. And the first one that came out is the Sacred Lotus. Compassion in action, the chosen tool. I see now the lotus in your spirit's jewel. So make sure that you have compassion, but I'm reading that as compassion for yourself. You're not gonna be healed overnight. This is a process, and it can get ugly, through the process, and it could feel like there is no hope for the future, but you are coming out the other side. You are becoming that lotus down from the muddy muck, you're rising up through the mud. And, you know, you're doing that with compassion for yourself, understanding that that's your chosen tool, that that's what you're going to use to build yourself back up. And you're now, you know, and Spirit sees this. It says, I see now the lotus in your spirit's jewel. So Spirit says, you know, yes, you are a lotus, and yes, you are rising. So have compassion for yourself. And then we have 1111. So this says numbers and doubles, synchronicity in 2. Don't hold back your love now. Life is meant for you. So just, you know, love yourself, love others, have the heart of compassion that Spirit's given you, and, you know, you can't go wrong. So just, you know, keep doing what you need to do, moving forward. This is actually a very beautiful reading, just reassuring you that you are in the right path, you know, that you are protected, and you know, Spirit is helping lead and guide the way. You're just in a spiritual pause. So don't let that discourage you. Just hold on to what you know, which is the truth, your authentic truth. So this was beautiful. I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks, Leo.